Hello? The noise out there, they need to control it. Yeah, I will be ready in 10 minutes. I think the guys will be soon here from the bank. It's time indefinite. If that is our advice, then it's for 2 months. Okay.
If I have area.
I'm online. The what?
It's in here.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Good morning, wherever you are. Whatever you are doing, good morning. This is just going to be a quick podcast, but it's going to be loaded. So I will encourage you to share the video, invite your friends, because I'm about to light fire, and you know I don't joke. My little podcast, I saw one little boy trying to tell Costa that a podcast should be a recorded video posted. You don't even know what is a podcast, son. You got no clue. You didn't even define it, you didn't even research it, you didn't even read about it. Okay, it can be done live, it can be done recorded. I'm doing a podcast. And when I'm done, you can go and download the video. I mean, you guys just put retardation on display for sale. You know you are a retard. And then you will come up and attack people that are brilliant, intellectually sound, who went to school. And that is why my podcast today is entitled, or comes with a theme for the intelligentsia, a statesman versus a Gronah. Because I want to be able to drill down the argument that when you grow up in a home, don't matter whether you're a step kid or the biological kid of that parent, you're raised appropriately. But when you are a Gronah, etiquette and home upbringing looks alien and foreign to you. That's the problem we face in this country. Look at Isaac Doe, who sits on the platform, does not even know anything about his own country. But he was deputy minister in charge of formulating policies for about 62% of our population. He didn't even know the difference between Nimba and Lofa. He probably does not even know what tribes are in Lofa. This is a man who every school, who should know that every school will literally do as literature murder in the cassava patch, which is next door to my farm. I pass it every day on the road to my farm. That place is sacred, but I'm the neighbor to the grave of that woman. A Gronah boy versus a statesman. I'm going to draw that contrast today. I'm going to draw that contrast. And if I offend you, my apology. But when you cannot control your group, they say, show me your friends, I will tell you who you are. And philosophically, you will say, don't judge me by my friends. But hey, If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. A Gronah versus a Statesman. Now, what do I mean? You think I'm referring to one particular person? No. But I want to excuse the ladies and deal with the guys. The reason for that is very simple. You sat here for 6 years. Your only invitation was a collective group invitation. That was your only invitation. And it was in furtherance and in keeping of AGOA. In keeping with AGOA, and in furtherance of the agenda of AGOA, which is AGOA. The African, A, G, growth, O, opportunity, A, act. All of you went to Washington. You saw all the African leaders. Where is the money that was even pledged to you? So I'm going to leave that and focus on the issue that have generated both national and international debate. I say share the video because I don't want other people to miss out. As you share the video, for us to speak to the debate, let me tell all of you a deep secret. And I waited for the perfect time to tell you the secret. To show you that the act performed by His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai was ordained by God, not only accepted by the people of Granjida, the families of the late Samuel Doe, or by the people of Montserrat, or the families of the late William R. Talbot, or the 22 persons shot on the pole. Before I go inside Toto with my podcast, I'm going to tease your brain as a critical thinker. We all know the results coming from Grand Jide and from the families of the late William R. Talbot. Very receptive. We all know what happened at the pavilion that day when the Chewy Party, the Grand Chewy Party, said, we are not an opposition. They were very clear that I'm quoting them, we are not an opposition. We are political competitors. You see now people are driving, drifting, veering away from the negative cap of being opposed to growth and development. Chewy Party have started. They were very clear. We are not members of the opposition. We are political competitors. Now, here is the secret I wanted to tell you all. Brace yourself. When I asked you to share the video, you were playing. So here is the secret. As a Liberian, in our culture, and as tradition demands, whether you kill a person or they die by themselves, when a person dies, they're buried. They're not eaten, they're buried. In Liberia, the secret I wanted to tell you, to let you know that we were on an irreversible path under President Joseph Newman Boakai is the fact that he went to the families, number one, of the late Samuel Doe, consoled them, sat with them, grieved with them, discussed with them. Then he went to the families of Talbot. And you want no secret? He sat with them. He talked with them. He grieved with them. That was the first step. He met the families of the 22 persons. He met other families. That was the first step. The second step was to give them state funerals. All families accepted. But you know the secret that you don't know, all of you are watching me today? Something spiritual happened. Something with traditional blessing happened that you people did not pay attention to. So I'm here to expose that secret to you. It is recorded in our history that it was Doe, Samuel Doe, that killed William R. Talbot, executed the men. Right? Put out one finger, I'll say yes, number one. Then, Prince Johnson was reported killed Samuel Doe, who killed William R. Talbot. You feel me yet? I'm going to fill you in on a deep secret. Then Prince Johnson himself died. When you hear say the first shall be the last, you take it for joke. Even though it was Samuel Doe who killed William R. Talbot, after he killed William R. Talbot, there was a lot of noise as to where Talbot was buried. Then he himself was killed by Prince Johnson. A lot of noise as to where he, Samuel Doe, was buried. But guess what? The last, listen to me and listen very well. The last to kill died. And we as a nation, instead of burying Talbot first and burying Doe second and burying Prince Johnson third, we stopped the killing and death by burying Prince Johnson as a nation. You cannot kill a whole nation. As a nation, we bury him first. The one who was killed second, who killed the first one, which is Doe who killed Talbot. Talbot was not buried first. Doe was not buried second or first. Prince Johnson was the last to kill. The second who killed the first was buried the first. The second person who killed the first person that should have been buried the first, Samuel Doe, was buried the second. And the first person with whom the killing started was buried last, signifying that that first person was the first and the last. You're talking to Eugene Facon. You're listening to Eugene Facon. William Albert Talbot was the first to be killed in a gruesome and brutal manner, along with 22 men. But Joseph Boakai came, a statesman and a man of wisdom, and sent the message that William R. Talbot was the first and the last. It will never happen in our country again. Now, that is your secret. We now make progress between a statesman and a Gronah. let's draw the contrast. Before we do, let me start quickly. A president is invited to the White House. Amen. Put it here in small. This is a president is invited to the White House. He's received and given a red carpet reception. The boy who played football and sold bottle to go to movies is invited to the White House. He's not given a red carpet welcome. He's received by the ambassador of his country, and he attends the summit. Whereas the statesman is welcome on the red carpet. Point one. The boy was invited only because he was a president of an African country. And Africa was invited to a summit with the administration at the time. And dare anybody can stand in front of me and talk nonsense. I was there. Every other African head of state was there. What do you want to tell me? Whereas for his statesman, amongst 54 nations, they selected only 5 for strategic reason. Hear it and hear it well. Strategic reason. Not can I go watch football. Can't go watch your son playing. The meeting was with only 5 out of 54. For what? Strategic reasons. And when they got there, they were giving red carpet reception. When your boy got there, I'm going to show the video or I'm going to release it. You remember when he got there, what happened? The ambassador received him. The small blue card and took him to the small hotel. And that was it. Then all of them went in one small room. Not to the White House. One small room where they had a conference to one place. This one, they were invited to the White House. They were received on a red carpet. Only 5. They had a meeting, and then they had a joint roundtable discussion and a press conference at the same time. Now, the way our parents then raised us, you can even be 60 years old and you meet a 24-year-old lady and she says, "Sir, I'm here to see the president. Is he around?" The best response is no, ma'am, or no, madam. The difference between a person raised in a home and the Gronah boy. The person raised in the home will say, "No, ma'am, he's not around. How may I help you?" The Gronah boy will say, "What did you come see him for? Who bring you here, sir? You get a permit?" Many days, I'm going down the steps at LBS, and I'm greeted and I said, "Hi, how are you, ma'am?" The reason why I say ma'am is because of the way I was raised. I'm the director general here. But that is a respective handle to a lady, not a girl or a woman. A lady. There's a difference. You are a visitor to that country. I'm coming to the debate of the language, the compliments that was given to our president. I want to address the formal diplomatic approach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2 words. Save you from saying yes. Your Excellency, President Donald J. Trump. Who has the time for that nonsense? 2 words. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, Mr. President. But the Gronah boy They say, why he say yes, sir? It's not anything we run here. Even the police, y'all in America. I'm talking about the small people that are in Australia talking nonsense. I'm talking about good people who are in America. Y'all in America, when the police come to your car, policemen will gun everything on him. How does he address you? Sir, do you know you were doing 80 in a 55? Sir, he always refer to you as sir. Now you a commander, you a superior, you policeman before he calling you sir. When he comes to the car, man, excuse me, man, do you know you were doing a 90 in a 35? He go like, me doing 90 in 30? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you care to, can I have a driver's license, proof of insurance, and registration? I'll be right back. Why do they call you ma'am? Are you born in? But ma'am, it's a respective handle. Respective handle. Then to say, even if you get in your name, you say your name Josephine Alade, or your name, what do you call her? Judy Andy. That officer will say, ma'am, can I have your proof of insurance, driver's license, and registration? When you give it to him, you look at it, Madam Judy Andy, I'll be right back. Why does he say Madam Judy Andy? It's because of the respective prefix. At the end of your name, suffix, junior, honorable, doctor. This statesman, elderly statesman, one who was raised in a home, a very humble man, is sitting before the leader of the free world. That is why when they tell you to go to school, you say, okay, go to school. Donald J. Trump is the leader of the free world. Besides, he was the host. H-O-S-T. Host. President Boakai and his fellow compatriots from Africa were invitees. Go to school. You say no. You're all over the internet. That is why Pearl Bamboo can deal with you. Say you take notes that you're supposed to study from and clean your bunga. Why it may sound hilarious, or it may be hilarious rather, and it may sound funny, if only you would take it at face value, some of you will begin to change your attitude. You are sitting in front of the host. Even in an interview, if Julius just said to me, Director Fago, I think you're talking nonsense here, honestly. You're trying to spin me around on this interview. I will tell him, no, sir, I'm not. Does that make him my boss? Something wrong with it. Let's come to the compliments. One of the reasons why we are where we are today is because nobody is willing to ask the question to what they don't know or understand. Nobody is willing to ask the question to what they don't know and what they do not understand. Again, that is why Pearl Bamboo can deal with you. So because he's president of America, he's supposed to know everything? And he's supposed to know everybody? No. He lightened up the room. Oh my God. You speak beautiful English. Where did you learn that? It don't matter whether you're in America, Japan, everybody wants to know where you learn to speak English. Why? You have the American English and you have the British English. In American English, The American man will say S-A-Y-S. Says. John Brown says that. American English. S-A-Y-S. Says. British English. S-A-Y-S. Says. You go add Georgia. Says. Like S-E-Z. Says. American English. L-R-S-T-E-N. Listen. L-R-S-T-E-N. American English. Listen. British English. The T is silent. Listen. Listen. The thing you don't know, ask question. The thing you don't understand, ask question. Donald Trump did not understand how a president from Africa could be so eloquent, so fluent, subject, verb, agreement, so excellent in the Queen's language. So he asks, how did you learn English? Because you are from Africa, it is not your first language. It may be your national language, but you are a Kisime from Wasonga. You are supposed to be saying to me, Ichokena Yaose. But you are speaking English to me. And I understand you like you and myself grew up in the same house. So his question was, not when did you, it was not about time. It was, tell me how a Kisi boy from Wasonga is able to speak in a way and manner that I can understand and comprehend beyond measure. Tell me how. And not getting the how, he wanted to know where. Because he knows Harvard is not in Liberia. Purdue is not in Liberia. UCLA is not in Liberia. My school, East Tennessee State University, is not in Liberia. So he wanted to know. What school did you go to? That's the time I wanted to say he went to Liberia College, University of Liberia. So Transecond, he fighting to send his son to come attend LU. The LU where today, the only thing you can hear from that, young guys in khaki, wearing dreadlocks, spit dropping from their mouth, talking tabata. Where did you go to school? I know Harvard is not over there. Purdue is not there. UCLA is not there. MIT is not there. All the top schools here are not there. Where did you go to school? That is the highest compliment our nation has ever gotten from the leader of the free world. Making us proud. A boy who grew up to become a man that would later become a statesman from a town called Wasonga speaks English in front of the leader of the free world to where he asked the question, how did you learn it? What school did you go to? And you look at it and say, it's condescending. If you who got the American English can ask a Kisi man, Keke, who taught you English? What school did you go to? Is that not a compliment? The Kisi boy from Wasanga, the man who got his own English, asked the Kisi Keke, The Kisi men kake from Wasanga. Where? What school did you go to? It made me proud as a Liberian. This Kisi men, Liberia on the Security Council, non-permanent member on the Security Council. Liberia picked among 54 nations to sit, dine, wine, and discuss. And what was the picture that came from there? Thumbs up. All toward the President Howard, thumbs up. Not the boy laying on Joe Biden shoulder. See my son, how you playing football? Let it. See my son, how you playing football? My son can play, eh? Another issue I want to address before I leave this podcast. Oh, and you say you have a survey in the state of the nation. Yes, we do. You never went to a doctor. After you leave from there and get a result, you say, let me get a second opinion. We tell you to go to school. You can't go to school. You never go for advice here. They give it to you, you say, no, let me go on outside and get a second opinion. Legal opinion. I consulted here. Let me go see what the other people got to say. You never go to the store, leave from there and go to the other store for the same item to see which one is best. We tell you to go to school. You refuse to go to school. So you don't know a damn thing. That is why we root on you all your quota. All your small road and your pay. We root on you all. Because that stupid work you're going to do. No finish, nothing. Level them. You're taking all down. You put lamp instead of a street light. Everything. Madam Sally bill and turn over to your chakra all. You have all men that he read Article 32 and 34 2. You don't know that under the legislature or upon warrant of the president you can give money. He indict himself. He said he gave election commission 4 million. Who that tell you? Who tell you to do it? You don't know about law. Only 2 people can do that thing. The lawmaker then and the president. You finance minister, who tell you? You don't go to school. The other man say he didn't want you to carry the brown envelope from the president to the people then. You don't know what brown envelope means in the country? Let me warn you. That big people government will run it here. And that's small children government. Big people government. You hear me? Next time, y'all go find place and sit down. The next time we do big people thing and you're over to praise it, you can send people parents from Australia to talk nonsense. I will deal with y'all. I'm not afraid of anybody. It's called freedom of speech. Article 15, it's my right. I'm fully responsible for that. It didn't say the government will. It said I have that right as an individual and I'm being fully responsible for my utterances. BBC tried to put a spot on it, a spin on it. The foreign minister told him it was complimentary. I'm a ghetto. I'm a Jew. Yeah, I'm a Jew. Foreign minister. So it was complimentary. And she getting a small smile. It's complimentary. Kisi Pape, from one time in Lofa, the call was Songa. The people who made their own English called American English asked the men what they speak English. What they learn English. In fact, whether you go to school, because we never get to school, then you can't talk about a condescending. You know about condescending and ascending. You know about complementary and supplementary. Or you want to talk about criticism. You got to find a better thing. Oh, the man go ask for survey. If you don't know where you're going down, how you will know how to sell it? If you don't know the quantity you get here, you was selling all black without knowing how much was inside the well in the black there. Falling behind Papa Sam Jackson there, where the lawnmower can be carrying them to dump there in the swamp there, lawnmower, the cutting grass, they didn't carry him to go dumping. That Stanton got to say, you call the grandchildren, let them hold it, Papa. He been economist for 70 years now. How the Liberian economy looking? The opponent who say they won't be consultant. That's why Lester telling when he dealing with you, he said, y'all say the old man used to sleep. Now y'all want to change a goal and say the old man can't hear. How can somebody be sleeping and hearing at the same time? But the truth is, the old man awake. Now y'all crying now. Don't let me talk one more thing before y'all say my more bad. Everything that going on here, that old man know everything. But you can just be looking at some of y'all. You'll be doing all kind of fuma. Oh, they get a man dead. You don't understand. You will never. I drove from here to Ganta to Saclay-Pied to Tapeta. I just started laughing. And as I leave this podcast, I'm on my way into another province to acquire land to build a substation for this nation. And all of this work I'm doing is for one purpose, to educate some fools that come on here and don't know their life from their rights. That is why all of you that are here, I appreciate you. You guys are members of the intelligentsia. You have always been, you continue to be. Let the word go forth. We, on this platform, we are members of the intelligentsia. Let the word go forth. We are so intelligent, we're not stupid people. You look at me and me. They mail at me from blowback. Then you ask me, no man, how you manage to know critical thinking? What are you learning? I'm looking at you. That in your country, sir, I say in a poor boy, you look at poor kissing from Wasanga. The man elucidating, eloquently expounding. The man was putting his medulla oblongata to work. His cerebrum was functioning beyond the comprehension of the imagination of the world's greatest man, Donald J. Trump, leader of the free world. He mesmerized him. He did not hypnotize him. He mesmerized him. And the leader of the free world smiled and thanked him for his eloquence and his beautiful English. And being mesmerized by his utterances and his eloquence, he asked, "Where did you learn English? What school did you attend? Oh, great TMB, may you live forever." Bishop Michael Francis said it. Say, after you all leave, a young boy will come and chocolate everything. And then a statesman will come and fix it. Only now we know that the first president to be brutally murdered was the last that you buried. Oh, TMB, may you live forever. The first became the last. And it will be the last time we brutally murder any of our leaders and fight a brutal civil war. We've gone beyond that. And that is why President JB touted to the American president in a refined way, who's better to talk about peace other than the people of Liberia, who has had 3 successful elections. Who? We are keeping the peace. And we will work along with you, he told President Trump, to achieve world peace. So in one instance, he started the fact that when you're looking for peace experts, we are the ones. We fought, and after our fight, we had election number 1, 2005, election number 2, 2011, election number 3, 2017, election number 4, 2023. Who has the credentials to help you? We are. So instead of offering help, he offered an explanation of a better expertise. Should Mr. Trump, President Trump, need it? What do you want to talk about? You're not a small man with get here. Next time, yeah, fue, you will feel me. Members of the intelligentsia, thank you for listening. Let the word go forth that on this platform, you only come here because you are a member of the intelligentsia. Doesn't mean you will agree with me, but you are a member. And I respect your views as well. Mr. President, this message is to you. His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai. Thank you once again. Thank you for showing that Liberia is not what people think it is. Good things can be found here. In terms of minerals, rare earth minerals, what have you. Good people are here. Smart people, intelligent people, highly intellectually galvanized, robust. Now, if I talk about President Boakai, I will always say to him, our illustrious, dynamic, prolific, energetic, let it be so. God bless you all.